So a few minutes ago, I went in and got my cell phone, and I had been wanting to do another video, but it seems that my cell phone, when I do a video with this one, it will make like my sister sick because of the motion. And I thought, how am I going to do this? So I had an epiphany, and I started playing with my I don't know, I guess my video on my phone, and I noticed that there was a pro, not just a regular video, but a pro setting, and so I clicked on it, and there's actually a pause button, and I was all excited, and I came out here, and I was in where my garden was last year, and I was talking, and I just all of a sudden I had a little thing that says, nope, you don't have enough battery power anymore. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to test this then. So I hit the pause button, and I brought it into the shop and plugged it in, and thought, okay, I've got some things I need to do before I video again, so I'll do those. Well, what did I do? I knocked my phone off, and it came unplugged, and of course it dropped the video. So I have to start all over. But you know what? It's okay. It'll be all right. It'll be just fine. So the main reason that I wanted to do this video was because I'm going to let the duck and her two little babies, her chicken babies, out. And it's always so fun to watch them because they'll just get up to the door and they'll just stop and they'll just wait and they'll look, and the big chickens will come out and they'll want to get in there and see what they can dig up, and keeping them out and allowing the baby chicks to come out. They've not got to come out yet. This is their first time. Now the one on the left, that one is an Easter egger, because you can tell by the head and the way that the feathers come out from where its ears are. And from the back of the wings, it looks like it's Appenzeller Spitzhoven. So that's like hawk and Moe. Well, Moe and hawk. And it's got a small little, so far, it's got a small little comb, and that's what the Spitzhovens have, and it's what the Easter eggers have. I think I'll have to look at them. Yeah, they have a smaller comb. And the one on the right is just a barred rock. I mean, there's just no doubt in that one. It's a barred rock. I don't know if they're females or if they're males or what they are just yet. I'm hoping they're not both males. I'm really hoping they're not, because I've got too many males already, and I really don't want to have to render them for dog food, because roosters are just not, they're just tough. No matter what you do to them, they're tough, no matter how old they are. So what I want to do with this one, this little cage, this little hutch, house, whatever you want to call it, is I'm going to back up and let them do what they want to do. I want to, I've got a hen in the next one over, and I want to put her in there by herself because she's got issues with eating too much. She has like a Dunlop disease or something, and she just cannot stop eating, and I'm afraid it's going to kill her. And the reason I'm saying that is because I don't know if, let me get a close-up of her. If you look at her, she is the black one in front. And if you look at her comb, it's black on the inside, like in the middle of it and right close to her head. And if you look at her breast, look how deep and low that is. That is not because she has a big breast. That's because it's full of food. And if it gets that full of food, they can get a sauerkraut, which will kill them. Or they can get egg-bound, which will kill them. And in order to keep her alive, I'm going to have to put her on a diet. And I really hate to do that, because I've got her in there. I have her in there to keep her away from the rest of them and to keep her away from the food. And I only give them a certain amount of food every day. But she rushes over there and eats it all from the other ones. So I'm going to have to give her her own little food and her own little diet. And the duck and the two hens, dark hens, the two chicken babies. Guys, come on. Come on. they don't like it when I come in here and talk. Well, to the camera, and I'm not talking to them. They know the difference, because when I talk to them, I talk in a soft voice. And when I'm talking on the camera, I don't. So they know the difference, and they think that there's something wrong. And these two little babies, sometimes they look like fighting cocks. So that's why I'm wondering what they are, if they're going to be boys or girls. The Easter egger, its bones and its legs look like a rooster. So this hen, I don't think, hens are really weird. They like normal. They don't like anything abnormal. So when those chicks start to come out, if I don't rush over there and make the big hens go away, they'll pack at them and not let them out, because that's not what they think they're supposed to be doing. And they are, they're just the rulers of the roost when it comes to babies. The hens are. The roosters are rulers of the roost when it comes to the female chickens, the ones that are laying. So watch them. You see what they're doing here. Now the duck wants out, but she's not going to get out until her babies get out. They don't know what to think about this. They just don't know what to think about it. See what Mama Duck does. Yeah, she says, get out. They said, we want to go out there, Mama. We want to see what's out there. We haven't ever got to go out there before. Let's see if we can get over this little thing, because we've not ever had any kind of barrier for us before. Oh, look, Mama. I can get out, Mama. Look. Mama, I'm out. Look, Mama. I want to go too. I want to go too. Come on, let me go too. How can I get out of here? Can I get out of here? Oh, looky here. I found a morsel. The mama says, okay, what are you doing? I'm shaking my tail. What are you doing? I'm curious. Are you going to come back? Or do I get to come out? She wants to come out really bad, but I'm afraid she's going to take them out to the water and drown them, because she doesn't know they're chickens. First thing that ducks want to teach their babies is how to swim. Here it comes. Here it comes. Freedom. Freedom. So here comes Mama Duck with her two baby chickens. I let them out now because I think they're big enough to know that even if they get in the water, except for the pail of water I have sitting in the floor, well, I've got two pails sitting in the floor, they're not going to drown. I'm not really thinking they'll jump in those pails of water, though. Well, it looks like the chickens are going to leave them alone, and Mama Duck's going to come out. I've never had this experience before. I've never experienced a Mama Duck with two baby chickens, so I really don't know what she's going to do. So it's just as fun to me to watch this as it is to show you guys. She knows how good she had it in there. Yeah, she knows how good she had it. She's looking back in there, looking back at memories, but loving her freedom. Uh-oh, squaring off again. Hens do that too, though. I mean, to their defense, hens do that too. So, I don't know. That one on the barred rock just looks like a male from the side to me. You can kind of tell by the way they stand and the way they walk. If they stand upright more, you can tell that they're roosters. That one doesn't stand like a rooster, but it has a silhouette of a rooster. Oh my! That one is challenging the bigger chickens. It's challenging them. Go ahead, follow Mama. Go ahead. It's all right. You went back to safety. Yeah. That's why we're called chickens, huh? It's my security and my safety, she said. Once that other one comes out far enough, I'm going to close the door behind it so it can't get back in. It's going to have to deal with life. That's what you have to do to them. Squaring off again. See, the hen is telling them, go back in the house. Go back in the house. Boy, that one's squaring off, saying, I think I got you beat. I think I can get you. Definitely looks like an Easter egger. And Easter eggers are a little bit more challenging, a little bit more bossy than the other breeds are. So she scooched them back into their house. Woo-hoo. So over here, we have this little girl that won't shut up. She says, Mama, you are too close to me. You're not even looking at me. You're not even talking to me, and you're not being sweet. Why are you doing that, Mama? Mama, you just need to let me sit here and lay my egg. Just go away and be quiet and let me lay my egg. Yeah, that's what she said. And this one right here, isn't she beautiful? She's wanting that nest. And she said, nope, it's mine. You have to just go away until I'm done. Just leave me alone. So we have even more things going on today. If you notice the rabbits. Okay, so I have, let me go back. Let's see if I can pinch it back. Okay, so I have this straw right here. And I started giving them some straw because I bred them about, well, it was on the 11th. I put them in with the bucks. And so on the 11th, it's 30 days for gestation for a rabbit. So on the 11th, she's going to be due again. She's going to be due, but she may not have them for a few days because I left her in there for a week, and I don't know when gestation actually started. So I started giving them this hay. The green is hay, and the yellow is straw. So I started giving them hay a couple of days ago, just to supplement them. And they started making a nest out of it. As you see, the one on the bottom, that's what she's sitting on, is she's sitting on hay. So I started giving her, and the top one on top, I started giving them straw. Well, so this one, as you can tell, she's one of the first ones I've ever had. And she is making, see if I can do it this way. Okay. She's making a nest out of her straw for her babies. She's eating some of it. She's got a nice little nest building up back there. I usually give them a wood nest, but I don't think that door is going to be able to handle a wood nest. So I'm just going to have to see what happens this time and just deal with it. So Jesus, who is my Oh, he's happy that Hazel is out. Look at him. He says, oh, Hazel, come see me. Look at them wagging their tails at each other. I'm going to go open the door and see if she'll go in there. You want to go see Jesus, Hazel? You go see Jesus? I'm not going to let him out. Come here. Come here, Hazel. Come here. Come on, you want to go see Jesus? Come on. Come on, Hazel. You want to see Jesus? She says, not really. He won't leave. No, you're not going to get out. You'll kill my chickens. You can't do that. I may let her come in later. I think she was just saying hello. I think that's all she was doing. So we've got a lot going on. And I'm going to put you on pause and I'm going to reset here for a minute. Just hang on. So as you know, I've been talking about wanting a greenhouse so bad. I've been wanting one for years. And I've got my posts in the ground, but I'm not going to use them because I've decided that there's no way I can build my own greenhouse. I don't know how. I don't have the skill. And anything like that will just blow away if you don't do it right. And I don't know how to do it right. And so I've been talking to Bubba. Bubba's my oldest son, Kenny. I've been talking to him. He turned into Bubba when Ricky was born. He wanted to be called Bubba just as soon as Ricky was born because he was a brother and he was excited about it. So anyway, Bubba and I have been talking, and I told him, I said, Bubba, I got me a greenhouse. It's not a big greenhouse, and it's not a wonderful greenhouse, but it's a greenhouse that I think I can put together by myself. I just need you to help me tie it down. When he was a little boy, he had everything tied down. I mean, he had blankets up in the air, and he had tents, and he had strings, and he had ropes and in his room, and he had his little area where he could just run around and get underneath all of his he could crawl around in there, and he was in heaven. I even bought him I think it was a Ghostbusters tent that goes on top of your bed, and he thought that was just heaven. He thought that was wonderful. So then he went to Boy Scouts, and I did a whole lot of macrame at the time. We'll get out of here so it's not so loud behind me. Here we're squaring off with the chickens. She's not real nice to the chickens. She's really not. I'm talking about Hazel now, my duck. She's not nice to them, and they don't like her too much. So as soon as I can, I'm going to catch her and put her back in with Jesus. I need to build them their own little pen, and I know where I'm going to do it. I just haven't got to yet. Got so much things I got to get around to it, to do them. But, okay, so anyway, back to my greenhouse. My greenhouse is going to be right here. It's probably going to be right over in here. I'm going to probably use this post right here as something to secure it to. Well, I've been talking to Bubba, and he wants to help me, and he wants to help me secure it. And I've got some concrete, and he wants to pour the concrete and do all that for me, and I'm real excited about it. There's only one hang up, and I was just in heaven. I thought when I found this, it looked so nice. I found this, and if I can figure out how to do it, I'll put a little picture of it in here, post it for you to see. It looks so pretty. It's a 6x8, which isn't that big, but I don't really need that big. It'll be fine. But when I opened the box, and it was only $500, and $500, it doesn't get you much. But I thought, well, I'll make it work. If I can just tie it down, I think I can make it work. So I was all excited, and the box came day before yesterday. I think it came yesterday. And Bubba came over here last night, and we did some measurements and figured out where we were going to place it, and talking about, the concrete and all that kind of stuff. And we went in and opened the box together, and I was horrified. I was just horrified. All of that excitement, all of that joy, all of that happiness, all of the hopes and plans and dreams that I had for my little greenhouse went just like that, because all I can see is it's flimsy and it's going to blow away, and that's all I can see. So if anything different happens, I'll be happy. But the only thing I can see right now is it's going to be a blown away mess. So I'm going to put you on pause and see if I can go in there and show you what a $500 greenhouse looks like. So hang on. Okay, folks, so here is my greenhouse. It's crystal clear polycarbonate greenhouse. So this is the plastics for it. This is the polycarbonate. And I pulled it out and I looked at it, and look at this. It is the flimsiest piece of crap I think I've ever seen in my life to be called a clear piece of polycarbonate. When we pulled out the roof, that's the sides. We pulled out the roof and we pulled this back, and that's what the roof is going to look like. Okay, so that's that. And if you look at this other box, it's right here in the middle. It's 6 feet long and it weighs 54 pounds. Now you tell me how I'm going to keep in Oklahoma with this weather the way that it is. How am I going to keep 54 pounds of flimsy plastic on the ground secured with just a tiny little bitty bit of aluminum? And it's going to be light aluminum at that. I don't know. I'm beside myself. I'm just beside myself. Okay, so move forward, always forward, always forward. 1 foot in front of the other. That's all you can do. So I'm going to put you on pause and I'm going to give you some good news. Okay, here's the good news. So this was my garden. This was the one where I had weeds that was 14 feet tall. And I don't know what it's called. It's either horse grass or Johnson grass or something like that. I didn't take VOAG in school, and I know my brothers did, and they had to bring seeds home and learn them and remember them and have tests over them. But I was like, how do you do that? How do you even do that? But, you know, now that I'm older, I know a whole lot of it, but I don't know it all. Never will. So I let my chickens out here a couple of days ago and just let them start playing, and look at them. They are finding bugs. They are eating seeds from all of these weeds that grew so big that I couldn't even deal with them. And look, I mean, they are just doing a wonderful job. You know, they're even finding dirt in there. I mean, there was no dirt in there. It was just nothing but weeds and grass and fescue and I don't know, all that grass that just continually grows and you can't get rid of it. And look at them out here. They are having the most wonderful time. I mean, just the most wonderful time. They're scratching and they're finding bugs and they're working. They work alongside of me. I came out here and I was picking off. I had some what do you call them? String beans, I guess they are, and they were a vine bean. Didn't do much last year. They came out and they was tough as soon as they were grown, because it was just too dry. You know, it was hot and dry and there was no water in them at all, and they were just as tough, and I didn't even use them. So I was out here pulling those off of the fence. I was getting tired of that, and they came out here. I had the gate open, so they came out here and they started working right alongside of me, and I was like, oh my gosh, how cool is this? I finally find an animal who was willing to work with me and help me in my garden. You know, I mean, how fun is that? So I took this monstrosity down. I had it as some kind of a little awning things that I could put overhead, and I had my cucumbers on it. And what happened? My cucumbers would get up on top of this thing right here, and I couldn't reach them because they were like 6 foot up. So my cucumbers would get up there, and I couldn't reach them, and so that was not even anything that was good. So I'll just put them on my fence like I did last year and just try to train them that way, because that's about the only thing I can do. And so I come on down here and I've got a couple of raised beds that I built. Well, one of them I built, one of them I didn't. This one right here I built, but dadgummit, I tell you what, you can't get landscape timbers to even sit on top of each other. And I've got them pretty much screwed in, but they're still finding ways to fall off, and the chickens are getting them off too. I had beets in this raised bed last year. Nothing. I had 2 beets come up. Well, I had a whole bunch of beets come up, and then they died as soon as they came up because it got 115 degrees out here within, I don't know, weeks. So they had some good tops, but that was about all they had. And I had a lot of really good tomatoes. You can see where my tomatoes were. And I left those there so that the chickens could get in there and get the bugs out. And I'm getting ready to pull all that down so that they can have something to just sort through when they get out here. So then I have my old okra. Oh my goodness, my okra was so lush. It was so beautiful and so lush, and I just adored getting out here and having that okra and being able to reach up as high as I could reach way up into the sky in order to be able to get the okra out. My next door neighbor, he's cutting wood over there. We used to have a pond in between us, and it was snaky, and it had leeches and alligator snapping turtles, and it had some fish in it, not very many, and they were all really little because it was real shallow. The way that my land runs, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is like a downhill. So everything runs from the road right down through here, and I mean from way over here to way over there, and everything just runs right here through my garden. Well, I've got a rototiller, and I'm going to change that this year. I'm going to give it a place to go. I'm going to give it a nice little road to get all the way down into where that pond used to be. It's right there. You can see the bank of it. And then I had this one. This is just nothing but some plywood, and in that plywood I put peat moss, leaves, rabbit poop, and in the bottom of it I put some trees, just for filler. I put chicken poop, I put bedding, I put all kinds of things in there, and it should be the richest dirt. I put ashes. It should be the richest dirt anywhere. I mean, you can tell it's nice, rich dirt. And so, see here? I mean, look how nice that is. That's just beautiful dirt. But what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I planted potatoes in there because you can't do potatoes anywhere out here. It's just too dadgum tight. The ground is too tight. It won't make anything. It just turns hard as a rock. And I thought, good, I'll put potatoes in there. So I put potatoes in there, and what happens? I'll tell you what happened. It was beautiful. It had big tops, great big green tops. They were like, I don't know, 4 feet tall, but not a potato one, not even one. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why. I must not be living right. I just must not be living right. Look at the chickens out there in the okra where it's got leaves and stuff out there. They're just finding all kinds of goodies. Oh, their eggs are going to be so good, y'all. It's just going to be so good. Well, I think I've had quite a long video this time. I hope I kept you where you could watch it, because every watching hour helps me, and every view helps me, because I have so much that I want to do here, and my funds aren't there. I mean, they're just not being retired. I have to really watch what I do. But the thing is I'm hoping, and I know this is kind of out there, my goal is to be monetized on YouTube. And if I do that, I'm going to have 1,000 watching hours, and at least, and no, 4,000 watching hours and 1,000 subscribers. So if you like the video and you click the like button, then that will change the algorithms. And if you watch it, changes the algorithms. If you watch it all the way through, it changes the algorithms. If you can even watch it all the way through on mute. That's fine. Oh my goodness, I think that's going to be a rooster too. Ah, sure looks like one. That's one of my new babies. It's in between a barred rock and that gray one right over there. That's what that one is. It looks like it's going to be a rooster. It's got some pretty strong legs and it's shackle feathers. Yeah, it's going to be a rooster. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. Let's see if I can do it. See it? See the feathers around its neck? Yeah, that's definitely going to be a rooster. That's too bad too, because that was going to be a beautiful, beautiful hen if it was a hen. Dadgummit. I've already got 6 roosters. I don't need more. I really don't. I sure have some beautiful ones though. They're absolutely beautiful. Okay, so anyway, back to my YouTube thing. I'm really hoping that I can get monetized on my YouTube channel so that I can fund some more things. I want to be able to have my garden better. I want to be able to do more fencing so my animals can have more space. So many things. Anyway, so like and share and subscribe if you don't mind, if you like the video and you're still listening to it and you're still watching. I really appreciate you. So I will see you on the next one. Have a good one.